Okay, Augusta National. Custom course we've set up here that tries to play as close as possible to the real thing. So here, look, the bunker's on the wrong side here, but everything else about this hole plays really similar. Long hole, bunker in play off the tee, tree lined, and a viciously sloping green that's going to cause a few problems. So the right place to miss this is a little left, ideally not long either. A little bit directly left of the hole's good. Pushed it a little bit, which means it might be quite tight. Slightly fortuitous start. I wasn't aiming that close to the flag, but we will take it. Good start. Good wind here. No, that's not a good wind. Okay, we are going to struggle to reach this. Idea of this one, if you get a really good drive away and you've got a sort of a normal wind, you've got a shot to go at the green, but it's filled with risk and problems if you put it in the wrong place. A lot of these holes you need to put it in the right place, and yeah, there's no point taking a big risk. Let's just pop it down the fairway, let our wedge do the work from a nice place. You don't want to be coming in out of 40, 50 or the bunker, or just no need for that. We expect to get this fairly close. Got the heartbeats, but that's not the easiest 4-footer you'll ever see. Typical sort of Augusta, big bendy putt, fast. If you miss, you're going way past. Nicely done. Get off there unscathed. And a tempting one. I have to be honest, I've deliberately set this up to tempt people into bad decisions. It's a bit like the real thing. The real shot to play is not to go for the green. I mean, it's fraught with risk and trouble. Shot's just to bang a little 3-wood down the fairway and leave an easy pitch. Yeah, it's the easiest pitch in the world from here. It will be a little bit aggressive here. I mean, you don't want to be long here, but it will tend to spin back towards you if you're a yard or two north of the flag here. It's a good opportunity to hold out. What happened there? 2 yards long and didn't come back. And yeah, that's not easy. You can see it wants to move more at the start than the end. It's likely to dive a bit. Oof. Almost got away at the start. And really difficult hole. For Augusta is a long, really difficult par 3. Bunkers around the hole, usually bunker right in front of the flag most of the time. Yeah, 3 here is a good score on the real thing. We will be hoping to go one better. It's almost a full 3-wood, this full backspin with that wind and elevation. Oh my goodness, that's a terrible shot. That's way late. But it's a good miss. I mean, left doesn't really leave you much of a birdie chance. This is at least still makeable, even if it's a bendy, horrible one. Err on the side of missing in late here. we got away with a dodgy tee shot there. Now the tricky wind's going to leave a long second shot to, just like the real thing, it's a big long hole, up a hill, ridge in the middle of the green. Difficult hole to birdie, this one, in real life, and so it is here as well. I mean, that's going to play 228 or something like that, which is a really awkward distance. Just got to get over that little ridge. Pushed it a bit, and yeah, would have been perfect if we'd hit that a little bit earlier. So another slippery one. You've just got to sort of feel the break on this one. The dots are moving faster at the end. It's gonna, as it starts to die, it'll start moving, dive into the left, particularly down that slope. Turn. Good to get off there with a bird. And so this one, hole 6, famous for a big, sharp, sloping green from right to left and front to back. And yeah, we try to make this the same sort of distance. I'm going to play sort of high 180s today. We will take a little bit of spin off it and just take a little bit off this. If I miss this slightly long right, it'll often come back towards the hole. Like that, hopefully. Oh, it's stuck there. I mean, that's not bad. It's a probably should hole, but yikes. It's going to go right to left. It's just at the end here. You see those arrows from the right coming in. They're coming in quite sharply across from right to left. Again, it's just one you got to feel. Kind of like that, actually. I like it when it looks the same from both angles. Everything sort of points to it being about 3 or 4 balls outside. There she blows. Right, this one. The thing we're trying to replicate here is a downhill tee shot to a fairway that you can't afford to miss. Really difficult green complex, surrounded by bunkers and generally really difficult places to get up and down. Sharply sloping green, which this one has in spades. And it's quite a difficult fairway to hit, so although the real thing is a bit longer, I think this one plays very similar to the real thing. You've got to be really careful to just get it into position and then leave yourself a shot at a really difficult sloping green. That should be good. And that leaves us, that's probably quite a nice yardage. The trouble with this with a right to left wind is it's going to want to, even if I land it right of the flag, it's going to want to spin way left. Hard to control it. So let's put a bit of topspin on it, but I sort of fancy today it might be okay. Oh, no beats. Yeah, look at that go. So we landed it, I mean, that was pretty good. We landed it a yard long. I should have hit that with topspin on. I knew that was likely. This is a putt we should really make. I mean, it sometimes plays tricks on your mind, the dot speeds and the steepness of the slope you're coming up. We just got to give this a really good whack. Hope we read it properly. Oh, you're joking. Either a hair right or a hair hard. Or both. Damn. That's a stupid par. That really is a stupid par. And hopefully, hole 8, famous for being a real risk-reward second shot. This is the closest we thought we could get. Ignore the 512 yards. It's absolute nonsense. You can see we've hit that 309. We've got 250 left, so it's much closer to 560, which is close to the real thing. There's bunkers in play off the tee, like there are here. There's no bunkers in play on the real thing with the approach, but there are big ridges, sort of where those bunkers are. So it sort of plays about the same. Slopes all over the green. No beat, which is a bit disappointing. It was quite a nice distance in that. But I'll take that. It's only barely outside of 10 feet. You can see it moving left to right. Just needs to be hit and don't ding it late, I think. So from the right hand side, the dots, once they go sort of right of the hole, are moving faster than the ones to the left. So you need to be just careful to be picking the right line, and it wobbles in the edge. We'll take that. Almost talked myself out of that by taking a little bit of break off it. Right, number 9. Do not go long. Do not go long, or you'll just get a horrific putt. Absolutely horrific putt. Certainly don't miss the fairway. You have no chance of getting anywhere near or holding the green or any of that. So we've managed that okay. But a little bit short and a bit right at the places to be. So I try to err on the side of that. We'll try to hit it maybe a yard or two short and a yard or so right into this little pocket that leaves a nice uphill putt. Left or long is just horrific, so if you go over there, it's your own fault. No beats, but that's probably not... Ooh, on the fringe, yeah. It's not too bad over here. I mean, obviously, a little bit left would have been perfect. Would have been putting straight up the hill. I don't think we got a lot of fringe to put through there, which is good. So it won't affect it too much. And I think this is fairly straight until the very end. You can see those two dots moving in sort of the last couple of grids there. Before that, it looks like it just slopes straight towards us. And you can see the same thing here, right? It's only maybe sort of 3 or 4 grids from the end it starts to move. Add a bit for the fringe. Boom. Good start. 9 through 9. I've taken that. And then we got a run of really difficult holes coming up here. Merion 10, which is same as the real thing in that you've got dogleg left, all kinds of trouble on the left. and a viciously sloping green from right to left. Miss this right at your peril. And yeah, I mean, if you don't leave yourself a short uphill putt, you've got 3 putts written all over it on this one, just like the real thing. This is a really awkward distance, actually. There's a good chance that this will either bound on way past or not quite make it. Which of the two is that? It's a yard short. Yard short of being perfect, but not the end of the world. This is a makeable pitch. It's a one you'll find yourself leaving quite a lot. Yeah, I pulled it. I was surprised to get the heartbeat there. Down. I think if we hit the ding there, we hold that. And then number 11, oddly, it's a hole that is modelled very much on 11 at Augusta. This one, long par 4, similar distance, downhill, all kinds of lake trouble on the left and long. You see bunker in difficult places to scramble if you are overly conservative. We are not going to be overly conservative. We're going to go straight for the flag here. It's going to play about 2-0, probably about 2-01, I would have thought. A little bit to the right. But I would have taken that. It's a reasonably straight putt, this one, albeit downhill. Okay, it gets us to 10 under, and the famous 12th. Right to left wind means you have to hit it out over what in the real world is Rays Creek. Going to play kind of low 170s, I think, with a combination of that wind and a bit downhill. The fact on this one that the water with that pin is sufficiently in play to make you focus. Oh my goodness, that could be in the water. Oh, we've got really lucky. That was a terrible shot, guys. That's me talking about hitting it in the water, and I go and do that. Dear God, we got really lucky there. That deserved to be in the lake. Let's see if we can chip this one in and walk off unscathed. Oh, I thought we had that, I thought I had a chance. Oh, it didn't deserve a birdie. That was a terrible tee shot. Justice was probably done. This one you've got to be a bit careful. So number 13, famous for Rays Creek, running down the left of the hole, the water in front of the green, difficult sloping green, but an eagle opportunity if you play it well. So we are going to knock it to the corner. The real thing's about the same distance this year. It's been extended. So you sort of play into the corner, and then we leave ourselves a shot from Admittedly, an easier lie and easier stance than you're probably going to get the real thing. And we're just going to try and fire this in there, into that bank, sort of between the bunker and the flag. Let it roll towards the hole. It can go in if you catch that little area just sort of behind and right of the hole. Don't go in the bunker though. Don't want to be in there. That's a terrible place to miss. I've hit it early. It's too far left. Got the heartbeat, but that was not a satisfying shot. We were aiming to the right of the flag and did it way left. Difficult putt, but for a bad shot, it's ended up okay. Pleased to get off there with a 3. That gets that shot back from the last. And then 14, tree-lined hole, violently sloping green, really difficult green, complex. Is the feature of this one. And we've got that in spades here. This kind of back right pin is a one. I mean, you can't afford to be long or right of this one. Getting sort of left and a little bit short is a much kinder putt. Anything long is a big, bendy, horrible one. Left is the place to be. So we'll aim a little extra over. Yeah, that'll do very nicely. It's an almost straight putt. Just a little bit worried this one moves a bit more than I think. We're going up a fair old hill. I still think we've got to give it a good rattle. Yeah. Pleased to get off there. That's a tricky hole, that one. And, hole 15, famous for the water both sides of the green. Some trees in the fairway on the real thing that replaced by a bunker or two here, but otherwise very similar. Tricky iron shot in, short is dead, that's in the water. Don't need to be too far long before you're in the water or leave yourself a really treacherous bunker shot as well. This is quite a nice wind for us. We can play full backspin, 4-iron, take a hair off it. No beats. What's wrong with that? Fraction long. That's a bit disappointing. Again, just like the real thing, it's a big bendy sort of left to right thing from behind the hole. I think that's enough. We just roll it down. Broke a little bit more at the start than I thought that. Sort of dived a bit at the start. That's upsetting. We got a great wind there. That's a shot we've left out there. Oh, that's really poor. No, it's really poor. And this one, one of our club members told me he thought this played a little bit short. Let's see. Let's play this for... take off a couple of yards. Hit the ding, and landed right by the whole side. Maybe put a little bit extra spin on it that we didn't need, but landed pretty tight. Thanks for that tip, Daniel. Not much in this, we just have to make sure it has sufficient pace not to dive off. Okay, a couple of really difficult holes to finish. This one, hole 17, famous for the Eisenhower tree. Everybody knows about the trees on hole 5 at Olympic. We did put the tee a little bit forward here because we didn't feel the tree should be as much in play as it is off the back tee, and this is a little bit more of a realistic distance for this hole. It is a hole you can birdie. But a difficult hole. You've got to miss this left and or a little bit short. Long or right is totally hosed. So we'll play with that in mind. Yeah, take that. It's a reasonably straightforward putt. It's going to need a good whack, this one. It's going to need a really good whack. Oh, I thought that was a good putt, you know. I just misjudged that. Okay, number 18. This one is a long uphill left to right dogleg, tree lined, and a big bunker in front of the pin, which obviously this reflects pretty well. What it doesn't really reflect pretty well is with the wind like this, there's a tree that's alarmingly in our way. The real one doesn't have that, but it's not as uphill as the real thing. I think it's a fair compromise. And of course it's a difficult green again, this one, which is certainly realistic. We'll take that. That's a nice approach into that wind. And again, just like the real thing, from right of the hole, it's a big bendy right to left putt. So it often turns a bit more than you think, so. Good. Okay, what's that? 16 under 56. We'd take a 56 at Augusta, wouldn't we? Bit unlucky on 17. A horror show on 12 and got away with it. 10 is just a difficult hole from an awkward distance in. Good eagle on 8, offset with daft par on 7. Probably left sort of 3 or 4 out there, probably. Only parred 15, only birdied 15. 83% greens, that's not great. Distance to pin 2.63. Put it well though. That's not great either. Very late. Not enough coffee. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed Augusta, and thanks for watching.